Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Nerd Immersion Plays sort of quick recap on a campaign. So, I'm getting down to the point where most of our campaigns that we've played through from start to finish, we've already covered. So now we're starting to kind of get into ones that are ongoing, if that makes sense. So, we did complete the entirety of the Hoard of the Dragon Queen campaign. So, if you're unfamiliar, Tyranny of Dragons was the first kind of campaign series released by Wizards of the Coast, produced by Kobold Press, and it was done in two separate books. Tyranny of Dragons spanned Hoard of the Dragon Queen, the intro level, levels 1 through 7 campaign, and Rise of Tiamat, the kind of 8 through 15. And we played through Hoard of the Dragon Queen. It was a 30 episode campaign. And it started, I don't even know how many years ago at this point, something around 3 or 4 years ago, I think. Maybe it's not that long. Maybe it's only 2 years ago. But either way, sorry, it would have been December 2016, so 2.5 years ago. We started playing that campaign, and it all started as basically I had met some friends through D&D groups online. They became very close friends, and you would know them as Laura and Katie. And I said, "Hey, you know what? Let me run a game for you guys the way it should be," because we had poor D&D experiences together prior to that, or they had their really only D&D experiences. So I said, "Let's run that game." And then I brought in some of my other friends, my friend Kit and my friend Light, to play in the campaign. And basically, we started off in Hoard of the Dragon Queen, and I had previously played through Hoard of the Dragon Queen. Sean had ran the game when it first came out, and I experienced a lot of things that were sort of the nature of a brand new campaign and a brand new system. But from what I had heard actually recently from folks inside Wizards information, if you will, the thought process was they wanted this to be designed for veteran players, because at that point for 5th edition they weren't really thinking too much in the way of new players. They thought the new players would play Lost Mines of Phandelver in the starter set, and the veteran players would play Hoard of the Dragon Queen and Rise of Tiamat. So it was brutal. The campaign is designed in such a way that it is very lethal, especially at the start. So I brought in my expertise from having played it to sort of make the campaign more fun. And yes, it ran a little bit longer than a normal run through would, but we experienced a lot with the characters. We did have a couple bits of changing cast, but we had a mainstay, I guess, throughout the whole thing would be Roswin, the Tiefling Druid, played by Katie, but we also had Ava, Human Ranger. We had Phoenix, the Elf Bard, Lux, the Human Barbarian. We had Mir, the Tabaxi Rogue. And then we also had Odella, Azamar, sorcerer slash warlock. So we had a pretty interesting mixture of characters throughout that time period. And yeah, we played 30 episodes. It was a very long running campaign, but it was a blast. I think we did a very good job of playing through the story, but also making it our own. And then also building out the role play and really getting to know these characters really well. And in doing so, that campaign ends and continues on the Rise of Tiamat campaign, which is another 30 some odd episode campaign that happens after the fact. And, continuing basically where one ended, picking right back up where it left off, but we added in some new characters after that. And if that is interesting to you, and you want to see the history of Roswin, if you only learned from Rise of Tiamat, and you want to go back and see all of that, you can go back and watch Hoard of the Dragon Queen. And if not, you can stay tuned for our recaps of Rise of Tiamat, and then from that point here on Nerd Immersion Plays, I think it's from episode 30 on, I believe, or 28 on, you'll be able to see the full episodes posted here on the channel. But if not, we're working on recaps to fill you up to speed for those Rise of Tiamat episodes before the full episodes drop here on the channel. Sorry that was a little bit long, but anyway, there will be a link in the description and a card in the corner to the Hoard of the Dragon Queen campaign if you'd like to check it out for yourself.